We up? Hi, it's Twi. I'm facing sideways right now. Hold on. Hello. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are big chillin'. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I just have like an hour. I just wanted to hang out and chat. So I was like, you know what? What like nothing games do I have that I haven't touched in a while? What can I do for chatting? And then I remembered Suika Game exists. So fun little throwback. I wonder, have you guys like touched this game? I feel like this game, it was like so big when it blew up, and then it just kind of completely fell off and died. Like I haven't heard somebody talk about Suika Game in quite a while, but it's kind of fun. I remember one of the last times my friend came over, I got him to try playing it while he was here just because he doesn't have it, and it was kind of entertaining. I mean, it's always fun to like do puzzle games. It's just a chill experience for a chill day. Today's been a lazy day for me. Probably shouldn't be, but it has been. I say that I was doing some graphic design work earlier, which has been going pretty well. And outside of that, it hasn't been too busy for me. It's been a relatively chill weekend. I finally got around to doing some baking for the first time in a while. It made me very happy. I had fun because it's been a while since I made anything low-key. Maybe a nice like little warm-up getting back into it actually, because Thanksgiving is coming up soon here in Canada. I know for a lot of people Thanksgiving is completely different like timing wise, but here in the Great North, we do Thanksgiving in October. So I remember, what was it? It was the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader stream, where I was so convinced that one of the Thanksgivings was September and one of them was October. And I remember being so like shook to find out that Americans do Thanksgiving all the way in November, because that feels like so late. It's like so deep in the year. But then again, I'm not really like a huge Thanksgiving person normally anyway, so probably not the best judge on how normal or strange that feels. But yeah, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, so I don't normally really do Thanksgiving food, so if I end up contributing anything, I'll probably end up being some sort of dessert type of situation. I don't really know what I would make. Maybe I'll ask. I gotta see what I'm actually doing for Thanksgiving still, because my cousin's finally back from his internship, so I was really looking forward to seeing him before he went back to school. But he ended up being busy, so I didn't end up seeing him before I went back to school. So in the end, I'm still looking for an excuse to go bug him, say hello. And maybe Thanksgiving will be that excuse for me. I gotta see. But if I do, I gotta make something. Cause my cousin, you know, I'm really close with him. That's my guy. Honestly, he is my cousin, but he's more like a brother to me in a lot of ways, so it would be nice to see him again. At some point, if he's like busy enough, I was gonna say I could like travel to see him again. It's not like a plane flight, you know, it's just like far, like normal far, not like, oh yeah, fly several hours far. But realistically, I'll probably just wait until the holidays. If not, then I can catch up around that time. But I've been getting back into baking a little bit. Fun sort of anecdote. I tried baking stuff with protein for the first time, which was a pretty interesting experience. I honestly didn't find that it made like nearly as much of a difference as I was expecting it to. like, in a lot of ways, I was expecting things to pan out very differently from normal baking, because I was doing things differently on like a couple layers. So the first kind of like major modification I was trying out was that I used oat flour. I made oat flour for the first time, which I say I made it like it's some interesting dish to prepare. No, you take oats, like the same kind that you use for oatmeal or whatever, and you put it in a blender until it's fine, and then wow, it's flour now. Like it's really that simple. But yeah, I tried doing that because I didn't know this before, but oats are like very healthy in a lot of ways, like much more than I thought. And so using it as like a flour replacement, I mean, obviously it won't work for every kind of like baked good, but when you can, it's an easy way to remove a lot of like unrefined caloric intake, I feel like. Because aside from anything else, like flour, even if it's not like horrible for you, I don't think, it's not like it does anything either. It's a very like empty calorie type of food, I feel like. Ooh, this is getting dubious. I need to push this apple, come on. Or this? Okay. This is weird. I don't like this setup, man. Sorry, what was I saying? What was I saying? That's a great question, me. Yeah, with the oat flour, it's got like a surprising amount of protein, a lot of fiber too. That's the other big thing, is it comes with a lot of fiber, which is always good. Can't have enough fiber. I didn't really realize that fiber was like a big nutrition thing until I was watching this like shorts creator I like, who's a nutritionist. Oh, come on. Come on, wait, we're so close. Yeah, baby! Woo! We made the watermelon first try. I didn't think that we were going to get it off of this run, but we did. Yippee! I was watching this nutritionist guy I like on shorts, and he was referencing a study about how, like, every 10 grams of fiber you eat per day is like, what was it? I think it might have legit been like a 10% decrease in like general mortality, like just normal, like the average things that you will die to as a person, you will become like significantly less likely to die to based on how much fiber you're eating in terms of health complications, which is really cool. I haven't personally verified that, and I also am probably misremembering the study, so look it up for yourself if you want like the actual data, but just know fiber really good. Apparently, allegedly, the streets are saying that fiber is the new meta, so who am I to question? Ah! At least we got the what? I got hit with the server error. What kind of server error could possibly be a problem, bro? It's Suika Game. Yo, my connection has been very finicky though as of late. Like, I had a game of Smash that I was playing last night, I think, or it might have even been earlier today. I don't remember. And I don't know if it was my fault because I wasn't lagging at all before this game, but I had a match where I unironically was sat buffering where neither of us moved for like 2 minutes. Like, and it didn't like crash the lobby or anything. It just made me sit there for like 2 minutes holding down whatever my next input was gonna be, waiting for the game to respond. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, I've been playing Smash a little bit again because I started hanging out with Echo a little bit, and so it was kind of like, what can I play with Echo? What kind of games do we both like? And then I thought about how we used to play Smash all the time, so I was playing a little bit of Smash again. It was fun, honestly. I like Smash Bros. It's chill. Normally I'm not like a huge fighting game kind of person, but Smash is familiar to me, so, and it also doesn't feel as like gruesome as some other fighting games, so I feel like I can have like a more chill experience while playing it. Get down there. Little, I don't know, is that like a mandarin orange or something? I don't remember what that fruit was. I know that I looked it up, but I don't remember what it actually was. Okay, how am I gonna get these peaches together? Because there's a strawberry in the way, and I need to like somehow launch this over. There we go. Okay, gaming. But yeah, I had that like crazy lag earlier on the Switch Online, which, you know, Nintendo Switch Online experience, nobody is surprised, but I still thought it was funny. But yeah, anyway, I ended up, I never actually said what I was baking. I realize now. I made muffins. I made some carrot muffins, which I always like. I feel like oat flour won't work for everything, but the oats kind of felt like they fit the vibe for a muffin. Because to me, like, muffins have, like, how do I put this? So you should never treat a regular muffin as though it is, like, a meal or even, like, a part of a good meal. Because they're not good for you. But, TM, I used to, when I worked retail, there was a Tim Hortons nearby, and I used to always get muffins because I hadn't done like any sort of eating therapy at that point in my life, and so there wasn't very many things that I could buy at like a food court or whatever that I liked. So I would just go to Tim Hortons and get a muffin like every day, and that was like a really nice grounding kind of experience with me for food. And so I kind of wanted to like basically create a scenario where I could do that again, but it wouldn't be like awful for me, because I think that muffins are so tasty to just like snack on throughout the day. They're just like such a nice food to just like grab and enjoy like instantly. Big fan of doing that. So I ended up making some carrot muffins. I used the oat flour, which is one way to get a lot more nutrition. I also added some protein powder, which I thought was gonna make them like really dry from what I read. Not at all, actually. It worked great. I was very pleasantly surprised. And I also thought they wouldn't rise because there's no gluten, right? Normally muffins, you know, you can kind of get like the like muffin top like springiness to it because you have the gluten in the flour. Plus usually you're going to use like baking powder and baking soda. Well, at least most recipes I've seen for muffins do that. I did that here as well. But I thought, you know, oh, no gluten. These are going to be kind of flatter than I'm used to, but it'll be fine. And I was wrong, actually. I overfilled them, and they were like really like amalgamated weird shapes. They came out with these like giant lumps. It looked very funny, but they taste great. So I think in the past like day and a half, I've eaten like 4 or 5. I've been binging my own muffins, and they've been absolutely scrumptious. So I will consider them a big success in my book. Oh, come on, grape. No, why is the grape getting in the way of everything? How dare you? Oh, wait, this actually might end up working out. Hold on. We like drip feed all of the right fruits down into here. Okay. So we get an apple there. Oh, that strawberry is gonna make my idea impossible. But I can like maybe get something here. Come on. This is gonna be tricky. Okay, meringue. Let's get an apple. Oh, that almost jumped out of the bin. That was close. Oh god. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Can I sneak an orange here? I think I'll die. YOLO. Die. I was like, I don't think that's gonna fit. Why does it keep dying? My Ethernet's... I have Ethernet, by the way, as well. Wired connection to the Switch. What happened to the servers, man? Or maybe it's just something wrong with my Ethernet. I don't know. I was having some, like, weird connection issues recently, so I'll have to look into it. But yeah, I made the carrot muffins. They came out absolutely delicious. So I've been loving that as just like a nice little snack. I also have another recipe that I'm gonna try pretty soon, probably next couple days. I'm thinking I'll try it out. Basically, so I recently exhausted my stash of protein bars, and I love having, like, what it really boils down to is I'm the type of person who really likes to have like little snacks that come together like instantly. I don't like to have to sit down and be like, okay, I want a snack, let me prepare some stuff for like 5 minutes. I want to just like open the fridge and be like, oh yeah, there's that thing in the fridge, and then just eat it like on the spot. So trying to, and also I'm a bit of a sweet tooth. I get like sweet cravings sometimes, so looking for better ways to maybe satisfy those cravings. And I loved being able to reach for like a protein bar and have it not be like too much sugar, not too like fatty, or just like bad, not too bad for you in general, you know. Is there better things than eating a protein bar? Of course, but it's not like I'm not gonna eat fruit, or I'm not gonna eat vegetables, or I'm not gonna eat whatever. Like that's one of the like things that you'll find when you try to get into health recipes. So far in my experience, is that they'll go like scorched earth with using all health ingredients. And in my mind, it's like, who is out here buying like different sweeteners for everything, you know? This recipe, we're gonna use like a combination of stevia and maple syrup and honey, and you know, this one you're gonna use monk fruit, this one you're gonna use dates, you're gonna like, you know, they have like a billion. I'm not saying any one of these is bad. I think they're great, especially if you're like diabetic, you have sensitivities that you have to like account for when you're making stuff. And I'm sure that some of the like demographic of people who are looking for these more like specialized recipes is probably diabetic people, or like people who have like gluten sensitivities or other things like that, right? There's lots of reasons to want stuff like that. But is it so weird to just be a guy? Can I not just be a boy who wants to have snack and not eat like over-processed garbage without having to go like all the way? You know, nothing is allowed to use sugar, nothing is allowed to use like anything that you would just normally find in your pantry, right? So I've had to like, I think a lot of my experience with trying to come up with like healthier recipes so far has required me to like try and understand what it is that they're doing, and then like modify the recipe so that I can actually make it with like normal ingredients. And that's been interesting. I'm sure I'll get better at it as I get more reps in. But my next sort of experiment to try is I need to try making protein bars. And my specific struggle for that has been, I wanted to create a recipe that does not use peanut butter. And that has been a way more daunting task than I initially thought it would be. Because, oh my god, dude, if you look up, like, protein bar homemade recipe on Google, on YouTube, like wherever you want to look for your stuff, right? The amount of gym bro recipes I have found where it is basically somebody being like, all right, you're never going to want to buy a protein bar from the store again. Let me show you this absolutely delicious homemade protein bar recipe. And I'm like, all right, this sounds perfect. Let's see it, right? And it will literally be like, they take a block of peanut butter, they freeze 0 sugar chocolate on top, and then they add like probably protein powder on top of that. And then after that, you know, maybe you mix in like dates or pistachios or something. But they'll always pick like the most random ingredients for, well, they're not random, but they'll pick stuff that you're very unlikely to have. And you know, in my mind, it's like, this is great if you simply just want to eat a block of peanut butter and you like chocolate. But like, I don't know. I don't hate peanut butter. I don't think peanut butter is not good, but it's not one of my favorite things. I don't sit there and crave peanut butter or peanut butter flavored stuff that often. And for people who do, oh man, you should become like a gym bro, because you will have the easiest time. You will have the most fun ever trying to diet, because you just get to eat that. So, you know, I also see a lot of them, it's like they're not willing to take the fat from peanut butter, so they'll use like powdered peanut butter. It's just like dehydrated, and that way you get like the peanut butter flavor, but it's like a lot less fat and calories, which is an interesting workaround. I think that's cool. Oh, is there a way that I can get these two peaches to like fall together? Do I need to? Oh, maybe? I need this grape to like dislodge. Oh, this is getting dubious. I think I boomed it. Yeah, look at the fruits like quaking in the middle. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. All or nothing, baby. Boom. Oh! Oh, come on. Come on, dude. The cherries. Why? That's so unsatisfying, bro. Look at the cherries, like, perfectly holding the two cantaloupes apart. How could you do this to me? That's messed up. Okay. Is there anything I can do to, like, actually get them out from there? I don't think so. What if I just make a third melon here? Like, if I can simply just make another melon on the left here, then it doesn't even matter. I mean, we're close. Might happen. Oh my god, I don't even know if they're gonna like connect. I have to be careful that the pineapple actually goes. Oh, that was dubious. But yeah, I did end up finding, well, I say finding. I didn't find an individual recipe where I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Oh! I misdropped. My bad. Is it gonna do this every time? I came up with a recipe for like, I want to call it more of like a yogurt kind of vibe for like a snack bar, but it's not. entirely like that. Let me look at what I wrote, because I'm trying to remember. Let me see. Oh, this one also uses oat flour. So yeah, there'd be like oats, yogurt, blueberries, vanilla, and white chocolate. That's the plan that I had loosely. And I think that that's gonna be a lot more my vibe for like a protein bar type situation. So definitely excited to give that a try. See how it goes. I want to come back in like a month and like compile all of the stuff I try doing with protein powder and see how that goes. I also am just curious to see like how much it's gonna affect my experience like working out, because I don't like normally try and count calories or like heavily plan out what I'm eating for a day. You know, I don't like diet optimize like a bodybuilder or something, because I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm just a guy. I'm just simply a dude trying to be in better shape, you know? So like I don't worry about it so much. But I am curious because, you know, like I've talked to friends who are more into working out, and they'll tell you stuff like, yeah, you should try and get like 1 gram of protein per gram of body weight, or like at least, you know, my one friend, when I was just sort of showing interest in getting into working out, he would always tell me like, you should just try and get like 100 grams of protein a day to start. You know, that'll be good enough. And I definitely don't get 100 grams a day, if I'm being so for real. And what I've noticed so far is I've gotten like tangibly stronger in a couple months. If I like go out of my way, I can like see the muscle a little bit, but I'm definitely not like toned, you know what I mean? I'm not like built. And I don't really care about getting like built, but at the same time, I'm curious, right? I'm just curious how it will like affect the results of me working out. See what happens. For science, because it's interesting. Why so many cherries, game? This. I need to get these 2 pineapples to be friends. I don't know how, but I need to do it. Okay, if we like way down the right side, see they're rolling. Oh, this gotta work, right? Surely. Come on, dude. Oh my, how are they like perfectly lodged? Please. I just want the pineapples to be friends. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's been baking adventures so far. I also still haven't forgotten, I wanted to try making cake. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to actually doing it. It's kind of expensive, and there's still more equipment that I don't own that I need to buy in order to be able to do that. Like I don't have like piping bags. I don't have what's it called? I did actually get like a cake well, not a cake spatula, but just like a baking spatula, like general use kind of thing. I still need to get like I don't know if you need this, but okay. If you ever see people like decorating cakes, right? They have like these fancy like spinning things for their table that let you rotate the cake so that you can like frost it evenly, which looks really cool. I don't know what like a makeshift workaround for that would be, but I feel like I probably need to figure out something to serve that purpose and see what I can do in that regard. Because otherwise, I don't know if like aesthetically I'll be able to frost it nicely, which I don't know. Part of the reason that I want to try like baking a proper cake is so that I can try like decorating it. I think that would be fun. Oh, the apples didn't come together. Oh, we okay? Do we live? We're living somehow. Oh my. Dangerous. I'm actually kind of surprised we got a watermelon on the first attempt, because it's been pretty hard. Harder than I remembered in some ways. Oh! I thought I was safe still. I was not. I guess we're just gonna get this connection error every time. It's kind of funny. I'm with it. We love connection error. Shout out connection error. Nintendo Switch Classic. I don't even know why it's using online. Maybe just for like a global leaderboard of some kind. Who knows? But yeah, outside of baking stuff, oh, you know what was really nice actually? Last night I replayed this really nice indie game that I streamed about a year ago. I don't know if you guys will remember it, but it was called A Short Hike. I ended up replaying that last night. It was so chill. It was so nice. It was because I got it for Rita's birthday, and it made me think about the game again. I was like, you know, I should replay this game. I should go re-experience it. And it was great. I found some stuff that I didn't find in my first playthrough. So it was really sweet. It was really nice. I'm definitely waiting to hear what Rita is gonna think of the game, because I think she's gonna love it. You know, it's actually funny. I felt like so like unsmooth. I don't feel like unsmooth is a word, but it's what I felt leading up to Rita's birthday, because I was looking for something to give her a gift. I was like, what can I do to give Rita a birthday present? And then I was like, oh, you know what? Steam gift. There we go. That's an idea. And then I realized I didn't have Rita on Steam, so I was like, well, this is gonna be tricky because I feel like Rita gives me the same vibe that Shiny does. Not quite as strongly as Shiny, but the same kind of vibe where you try to give them something as a friend, especially since they also like to give gifts. And they'll be like, no, you don't have to get me anything. No, don't give me anything. No, don't worry about it. You know, so I was like, I would like to be slick about it so that I can make sure I can actually give my gift. But in reality, there's not a very slick way for me to just randomly ask to add on Steam, despite, you know, not having like a plan. But I did, because I couldn't think of anything better. So I was like, oh, I just noticed that, you know, I haven't added you yet, so I wanted to friend you. And I can't believe it even worked out, because I had to ask I had to like send a reminder, and I was like, oh no, I'm definitely spoiled. Oh well, as long as she likes the gifts, all is well. And then during the call-in, she was like, wait, is that what you wanted my Steam? And I was like, I can't believe that actually was not like I couldn't believe that I didn't get clocked for it like instantly. But it was great. Also, I was getting absolutely griefed by Steam regional pricing, because here's a fun fact that I think I did know, but I forgot about because it's been a long time since I bought somebody like a game on Steam as a gift. If there is more than a 10% difference in the price of a game between where you live or like your region on Steam and the gift recipient's like region on Steam, you just can't gift it to them. It's not like a, oh, sorry, the game costs more for them, so you have to pay us this much to gift it to your friend. Actually, it's like, actually, due to regional pricing differences, go keep yourself safe. Get out of here. You're not allowed to buy that for your friend. Your friend's not allowed to enjoy this game off of your hard-earned money. Too bad. So I ended up having to send my Steam gift through Shiny instead, which was funny. Because after that, I was like, okay, well, I still want it to be a gift from me, right? Because I knew that since it was not a very expensive game, it's only like a few dollars, you know, to me, it's more like the experience and like the sentiment that I wanted Rita to experience, not like the, oh my god, look, I bought you this really expensive, nice game, like, you know, because who cares about doing that for like friendships or whatever, or like just in general, like, I definitely would rather buy something for somebody that is, it doesn't have to be bougie, but I think it's a really good experience. Anyway, tangent aside, I got Shiny to buy it, and I knew he was gonna be like, oh, don't worry about it, man, don't worry about it, like, it's all, you know, I got it. And I'm like, no, but this is my gift to Rita, so like I would like to pay. So I wanted to pay Shiny back. But the problem is, you know, I kind of didn't want to do it through like PayPal or something, because you have to pay conversion fees when you pay somebody in a different currency. And it's not a big deal when you're sending like larger sums of money. It's a pretty like insignificant amount of money. But it does feel kind of wasteful when you're only sending like a small amount of money to begin with to pay a conversion fee on top of that. So I was like, what if I gift Shiny something on Steam? Which, if you're very astute, unlike me, you might be thinking, but wait, you know, won't you have the same regional pricing issues if you buy something for Shiny as for Rita? And you would be 100% correct. I did. But I didn't though. I actually, funnily enough, I ended up spending more money paying Shiny back than I spent on Rita's gift, which is kind of funny. But you know, I was just looking for like anything that I could get through the like price, the regional price difference. Oh, that could have been cool. That actually might have dominoed into being a watermelon, but I missed. I was like, I'll settle for whatever. I just need to get something to pay him back. I was gonna get Castle Crashers because I saw that it was on for like the same price as a short hike, and I like Castle Crashers. I haven't played it in a really long time, so I was like, oh, that could be fun to like play together maybe. And so I went to buy that, and it was regional price, and I was like, ah. So I started looking for other stuff, and what I found was Peak. So I ended up getting Peak for Shiny. Luz has Peak as well, so we just need to convince Rita, and then we could do Grizzco Girly's Peak, and that would be Peak. I'm not gonna lie. In more than one meeting, that would be Peak. That would be really funny. I feel like that group would be a great vibe for doing it. I think the other thing that would be funny is usually when I play a game like Peak, the group ends up catering itself towards like one or two unserious friend. This is usually me. And then one or two like friend who is actually good at the game and helps you like have a good run. You know what I mean? But I think that if we all played Peak, somehow maybe Luz probably would be more knowledgeable than me, because I was gonna say somehow I might end up being the expert, but Calling myself an expert for Peak would be very, very clickbait and not true. But it would be funny. We would just all be struggling to get up the mountain. And then maybe we would starve, but we would starve with the power of friendship on our side. So it would be great. I forgot how like actually brain draining this like BGM is in this game. It's beautiful. It's like you can feel the thoughts trickle out of the back of your head. It's so zen. But yeah, it was nice to call in with Rita, catch up a little bit, because, you know, everybody's always busy. I feel like a lot of people are really busy this time of year, so I haven't been able to, like, hang out with my VTuber friends as much as other times. And so it's nice always to get, like, an excuse to catch up. I also heard her new original song, Out of Air. Absolute banger. Breathtaking. That's why they call it Out of Air. Because you'll be speechless when you listen. I had to figure out how to hype as well, because I knew that feature existed and they were talking about it on the stream, and I was like, you know what, I should go hype this video. Because it's a banger, and my friend made music, and I want to support them. So I had to figure it out. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like a new experimental YouTube feature that they've introduced. Only on mobile right now. So if you've ever like heard about it and been like, what is this like button that they keep talking about that does not seem to exist? It's because it's on mobile. But I think it's basically like a stronger like button. Like you get 3 of them per week. You can use them on different videos, or you can just like spam hype the same video 3 times. Which is what I did for her song, of course, because I'd never even used the feature before. So I was like, I don't have anything else I'm gonna like hype this week, man. Just use them all. Boost the song. Go. Like how do I like I need the... No! It, like, dislodged the peaches further. That's not what I was going for. Oh, my God. I've, like, perfectly set up a triangle of keeping these fruits apart. You need to reunite. You need to be friends. Not looking good. This is looking very dubious. Oh, this board is like so juicy, except it's not, because everything is like perfectly dislodged from each other. This is like the most unsatisfying board of all time. Oh, wait, maybe we can make the melon this side. Oh yeah. There we go. Can the peaches ever reunite? I wonder. Yeah, it was nice catching up. And also just, like, listening to all the other call-ins was fun, because, you know, Rita being very wholesome. Of course, all of her friends are also very wholesome. That's one of those things where it's like, you know, I've been a VTuber for like, what, 1.5 years, and I've made a lot of really nice friendships. It's like even more interesting to see somebody who's been around for like 5 years and what kind of like community you cultivate off of that. It's just a reminder that there's like always more to be seen, to be done, to be experienced. It's cool. Oh! Man. That one felt like I was kind of close to getting the watermelon again. But it was just, perfectly just like separated from each other at every corner. But yeah, outside of that, and like secret projects that I can't talk about, I've been still playing Osu a fair bit. I'm kind of sad. I was planning a tournament. I talked about it a little bit before. I was planning a tournament. I think I'm gonna end up having to cancel that idea because like so many people that I thought would probably be able to join, and you know, it would be like a nice excuse to rekindle with them, either just weren't interested, or they were busy with like school or whatever, or in a couple cases some of my old friends have since gotten RSI, which is very unfortunate. I was like, oh man, that's like the last reason I want to hear for why you can't play, man. Like, that sucks. So that was unfortunate, but it's still been nice, you know. I've been rekindling with a couple people, so it's been fun to chat with some people I haven't talked to in a while about the game. And by some inexplicable miracle, the power of 240 hertz cannot be understated. That monitor upgrade has been actually ridiculous. Like, well, the reason that I really feel like it's crazy to me is I'm gaining ranks again. Like, I've actually gone up on the global leaderboards for the first time in quite some time. You know, even when I've had like stints of playing the game actively again, it didn't normally end up like going anywhere, but I don't know, like having a higher refresh rate is really like such a game changer when it comes to the rhythm game stuff, just because you effectively have more time to react to everything, which is OP as it sounds, of course. So who would have thought? But also, I've just been loving having 240 hertz in general now that I'm used to it. Like, it's one of those tech upgrades that even though I knew it would be value, because I'm terminally online. I sit at my computer like all day, every day, bro. Like, of course, I'm going to get value out of upgrading my monitor, because I'm looking at it like all day. Like, that's a worthwhile upgrade. That's a very reasonable decision to make, but I'm stingy, so to me it was like, you know, I've done with 60 hertz for so long. I'll be fine. I don't need that. And then you finally cave and you get it, and it's like, oh man, I'm so glad I did that. It's so nice. It's just so quality of life, you know, like. I haven't experienced like a setup upgrade in a while, and it was, or well, not in like not a tangible one anyway, because the only like upgrades that I've done for the past quite a while is like audio stuff, like microphone, headphones, whatnot. And even headphones, it's been like quite a long time now, so it's one of those things where, yo, you don't think about it when you're just like using what you're used to using, but once you like experience something better, it's like, oh my goodness, how did I live with this like prehistoric technology for so long? Everything in the world feels right. There we go. Okay, this is kind of scuffed still, but it's workable. We might be able to water Malone in this run. Okay. Oh, that cherry does not inspire confidence though. Why have you perfectly lodged yourself in there? I can't even like combine anything to get you. Okay, well, I will simply not perceive it and hope that it goes away. Oh, it's like a domino effect happening right now. Very cool. Okay, we have 2 peaches. Seems unlikely that they will become friends. So I will have to improvise. Kind of building on both sides right now, which feels a bit odd. Hopefully it'll pan out. Okay, there we have pineapple. This is a promising run. But yeah, I think instead of like completely scrapping the Osu tournament idea, I think what maybe I'll do is I'll see if I can just grab like the few friends that I knew were gonna be down to play. And see if they want to take like a day on like a weekend or something and just do like some 1v1s together. Just play some 1v1s for funsies. I think it could be cool because I did some of the map pools. I just didn't like finish the entire tournament like planning. But it was mostly like already cooked up, ready to go. Woo! Wait, this is actually a pretty clean board for having a watermelon. Look at that. There's like so much space. Oh wait, me like pausing to wait is also gonna pan out. Maybe. Okay, never mind. It actually became worse. I was like, oh my god. Everything is gonna like, well, I mean, it's kind of lower down now other than the watermelon itself, so it did kind of pan out. It would be really cool if the game gave me a cherry. That would be so epic gamer and awesome sauce of the game. Okay, there's a cherry there. So maybe we can like unruin this part of the board. Creating my garbage stack on the side and hoping that everything else works out. Uh-oh, the garbage stack may have become too fat. What's happening anymore. I'm kind of just clicking buttons and seeing what happens. Okay. This is repositioned very well for me. No! No! The peaches! Why is it always the peaches that get, like, perfectly split up? It's so sad. was like so chill, but now I just noticed that I've been subtly locked in for like the past 5 minutes. This is a good score. It's not gonna be my best, I don't think. Yeah. If the peaches came together, it probably would have beaten my best in the end, but that was a good run. I think I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Yeah, I've been just chill lately, honestly. I've been big chilling. I'm trying to think if there's like much anime stuff. Cause I'm just thinking about like what other stuff I've been up to that I could talk about. I might have already talked about stuff because I can't remember exactly how long ago everything kind of finished, but all of the seasonal stuff that I had been watching is now over. I really enjoyed the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. That was like my standalone anime of the season, I think, so far. I loved that story. The characters were so cute, so well written. I love when we get mature character development and open communication in my daily life anime. Beautiful, so healthy. But obviously Dr. Stone was really good. I'm super excited for the actual like final season coming, I think next year. I also okay, I know I didn't talk about this one on my last stream. I think I, for the first time in a while, decided to watch something a little trashier. Like something that I went into knowing that it wasn't gonna be like some really good story or anything, or at least it probably wouldn't be, but more so like a, oh, I want like a cute cozy watch, just a show to like act as a pick-me-up a little bit, and it did. I watched this funny like 12 episode show called The Magical Girl and the Villain Used to Be Enemies. And the idea is you have this guy who's supposed to be like the right-hand man of the like, I don't know, the leader of some evil I was gonna say corporization. What the hell? That's not a word. Corporation doesn't really feel right because it didn't give like a company vibe. It was more like organization. That's the word that I'm thinking of. An evil organization. Yes. And so he was tasked to take over this one like city, and on the one hand it was really easy because it's just being defended by this magical girl who's not very strong. On the other hand, the guy falls in love at first sight and cannot bring himself to do anything, so they just kind of continually like be quote-unquote enemies, but they're actually like being cute and low-key acting like a married couple, and it was sweet. And also one thing that was nice is that all the episodes were really short. They were only like 10 minutes long, so it was very easy to just like sit down and watch through. It was very like, I don't know if slapstick is the right word. It was kind of slapstick, but like very silly comedy. I liked it a lot. It was a really nice, kind of chill, wholesome watch. It was good. I haven't watched something like that in a while, so it was nice. It was a good change of pace. Because everybody needs a change of pace every once in a while. Okay, so we've got the peaches again. And like always, they're on opposite sides of the board. How this always happens is a mystery to me, but it has happened again. I just noticed there's like a whole cantaloupe in the bottom corner as well. Or not, well, no. Is that one supposed to be a cantaloupe? Because it feels like it very well could be. But then what's the green one? I feel like the green fruit right before the watermelon has to be cantaloupe. Man, I should look it up again, because I do remember looking up what all the fruits were in Suika Game one time, and there was at least one that was like a weird fruit that I feel like you don't really see in Western culture, but I don't remember what it was. I forgot. Oh my, everything fell in the middle. Ugh. Pain and suffering and sadness and missed opportunity. Look, they're literally like a perfect triangle. Why can't they just be friends? Why can't you guys just join each other? Please. Oh? Oh my god, that one strawberry, dude. The one singular strawberry. You scoundrel. Move. Please. I am cooked. There's nowhere to go. It's over. Me when fruit. I guess me when fruit is me disconnecting for the 12th time in 1 hour. Hey, yo, I did get the watermelon though. I did get the watermelon today. Not on that run, but I did get the watermelon, which is great. I just wanted to catch up a little today. Today's gonna be a short one because Rita is finishing up her birthday donathon this week, and I wanted to go show my support. I wanted to go say hi. So, and I also just want to hang out. Also, I have some secret projects. Shh. Between you and me, I have some stuff that I've started cooking in the background that I would like to get back to cooking. So, it was nice to have a little 1 hour break, move some fruit. If you want to go say happy birthday to Rita, come with for the raid. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll probably be back tomorrow, honestly. I don't think I have anything crazy planned for tomorrow, so hopefully see you tomorrow we'll be back to streaming at 6 normal time. But yeah, bye bye. Take care, guys.